Boys, what is going on? J-Bell back with another video today, another tutorial style. It's been a minute. And today we're going to be working on first touches. So, in the past, in a lot of my videos, especially the air dribble tutorial, I've been getting comments about how do I improve my first touch. And honestly, it kind of comes down to a couple of factors. First thing you really want to look at least in the style of like a video, is what do people mean by first touch? Well, from what I can tell, and generally speaking, people want to work on their first touches in the air. You know, setting up air dribbles like that, right? However, the first touch is literally the entirety of Rocket League. Because you can't do anything with the ball without your first touch. And so, I wanted to split this video up into kind of two main parts, which is the ground and air, with each side having different kind of stipulations based on what you're doing at that moment. So I want this to be more of a deep dive. It could end up being a longer video, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we're going to be starting out with the ground control first touch, which is extremely important, and we're going to be getting into that right now. Alright, and beginning with the ground control, this training pack here is great. It's Burgess Dribble Training. And the reason I bring you all into a dribble map is that your first touch on the ground, a lot of what it's going to be setting up for is dribbles, right? And so if you see here, I get the perfect first touch and it's instantly into like a solid dribble. Oh, that wasn't great. I used a bunch of boost. But it's about getting the right touch for the situation. As you can see, I hit that ball a bit too hard, so I couldn't follow it. I hit this ball a bit too high, I'm going to get dunked, right? So you want to hit it close. You want to keep your speed with the ball the same. But the big thing I have found through my kind of time playing this game is that the biggest factor is you don't want the ball to bounce off your car. Especially if you're like starting a dribble, you don't want the ball to bounce. Because if it's bouncing, that's time where you don't have control. And if somebody challenges you, it's over. A great example kind of is just if you watch Moxie when he goes for his dribbles, they're always glued to his car in the way that an air dribble can be. So if you see, I get it glued to my car, and I get the flick. Issue with that one was it was bouncing. If you see here, it's way more glued, I have way more options. If you were to challenge me at any point in that time, I could flick, I could drop the ball for a low 50. I have way more options if the ball is not bouncing. And so, when you bring up first touch on the ground, at least in terms of a dribble, two main things you want to be looking for is how fast is the ball moving, and how fast do I need to be moving. So the ball here is stationary, or at least like it's not moving with any sort of like momentum forward or backwards. It's just up and down. And so when I come in to collect it, I need to come in slowly. So if I come in like a train, it's a bit more difficult, especially if I hit it too low, which I don't really have the time for that. But if I hit it a bit too low, you see, the ball just gains too much momentum, it becomes hard to control, and you have to wait. But if I come in slow and I match my speed, not entirely, but I match it somewhat, then it makes the control way easier. And I think a better dribble to show that is right here. You see, the ball's coming at me slow, and so I want to kind of inverse its momentum, catch it, but I want to match my speed to the ball, and it's no longer bouncing. It's the same kind of theory as the air dribble, where you want to keep your speed similar to the ball. Difference being where you hit the ball with your car. And so something to look out for is you want to kind of like section the car up. There's the front, the middle, and the back. And you can see here, because the ball is coming at me, I want to hit the ball with the front of my car. Right? You want to kind of stop the ball's momentum and send it forward slightly, similar to how you would a shot. You want to send it forward slightly and catch it with the front of your car. And the reason being, you need to like stop the ball's momentum, obviously. But for a play like this, where the ball's going away, I want to hit it more with the back of my car or even the middle, because I don't want to stop the ball's momentum there. I need to continue my momentum with the ball. So as you can see, and I'll leave the training pack here, I catch the ball with the middle, and that allows me to keep the control that I need to be able to control this ball. Now, what does this have to really do with first touches? Well, if you can do this consistently, then on the ground, you don't need to worry about your first touch as much because you already know where you need to hit the ball. For example, here, I know I need to hit it with the back of my car a bit. Now that's a bit too much, but case stands, I want to hit it with the back of my car a bit. Now I start controlling. Once again, why do you hit with the back of your car? Because if you try and hit with the front of your car, the ball's going to go over there. It's all about momentum, and you want to cancel out the momentum for a dribble. See, that was bad because I hit it a bit too hard. But I'm still kind of able to control it. At least I could if I wasn't, like, horrible. But you see, you want to cancel the momentum. So, ground control, though, isn't all about dribbling. It's also about shooting. And shooting is a bit more difficult when it comes to your first touch. Because shooting is just one touch. And that's why I want to include it in here. But if you look at kind of a shot like this, you see, it's a bit more difficult to kind of teach how to shoot this. Because it comes down to kind of the angle. Right here, I see that the ball, and this is, you know, obviously I can tell, like in a game, you'd have to do all of this like quickly. But I can see right here, the ball's going to go over my head, and I know where the net is based on experience. I know the net's going to be in the middle of the field. And so I know I want to hit the ball about right there, on the bottom right of the ball, but not all the way so that I send it in the corner. I want to try and hit it so that it goes towards the middle of the field. As you can see, it's going to go right in the net if I do so. The reason I air roll here, I don't think you have to air roll. I air roll to make it easier. You air roll, it kind of just for vibes. It makes the shot a bit more consistent for me, so I air roll. As you see, I'm hitting the ball towards the right of it because momentum. Once again, momentum is huge when it comes to your first touch. But the momentum of the ball is heading towards me. So I don't need to stop its momentum. I just need to redirect the momentum. AKA redirect tax. You want to redirect this ball's momentum. And look, if I wanted to dribble this, what do? I stop the ball's momentum with the back of my car. Now, why would I do that? Because I'm stupid. Really here, what you'd want to do is you want to continue the ball's momentum to some degree. Maybe not all the way, but just like that. Where you hit it with more of the middle of your car so that you can continue your dribble with the minimal amount of bouncing. So remember, shooting, you want to redirect a ball's momentum. Dribbling, you want to stop a ball's momentum and use it for your own. And those are kind of the two main things, and I'll write that down. That when it comes to first touches on the ground, shooting and dribbling are your main things you're going to be doing. There's obviously passing, but if you can shoot, you can pass. And so remember it like this. For like, if you all wanting like one big line to help you really hammer this down, the biggest thing to remember is when you're shooting, you want to use the ball's momentum and redirect it to where you want. So let's say the ball was coming from the left wall here, and it was running at me. Instead of starting a dribble and stopping its momentum, I would come over and I would redirect the momentum into the net. Same thing here. If I wanted to, I redirect the momentum. I don't stop the ball's momentum. In fact, in most cases, you want to add to the ball's momentum. But for a dribble, you need to stop its momentum because the ball's simply going to be too fast. You won't have any control. Now, there's obviously bounce dribbles and everything like that, but when we're talking about first touches, bounce dribbling is probably the best way to practice it, and I can set that up real quick in a free play. Yep. Bounce dribbling is probably the best way to practice your ground first touch, because you have to be precise like this. This is also the best way I found to practice your dribbling in general. As you can see, it's just a game of getting your touch right and forcing the ball's momentum into the direction you want. Now remember, if I want to shoot, I don't stop the momentum. I put the ball's momentum where I want it. So you get your couple bounces, and you shoot. Put the ball's momentum exactly where you want. Now, I've missed both those shots, but that's because I'm horrible. But the theory is there. Shoot, put the ball's momentum where you want. Let it bounce, and then look at that. If I wanted to dribble, I stop the ball's momentum, and now it's my own. Want to shoot? Send the ball's momentum forward. You need to play the ball's momentum. And so yeah, that's really all there is down to ground control, or at least to your first touch on the ground. It just comes down to momentum. Make sure that you're able to read the ball's momentum and get the touch you want. Now, it is precise. I don't have a way that I can tell you all to work on your precision other than, like, we're not going to go in the air. Other than just practicing. Practice your bounce dribbles and practice shooting off of bounce dribbles. And that will be pretty much all you need. If you go and look at the dribble and air dribble tutorials, they will help you way better on your precision touches than this one will. What this one is about is how to work on your first touch. First touch isn't nearly as precise as you would think. It simply comes down to how you manipulate the ball's momentum. So, for my recommendation, just run around free play just like this, just bounce dribbling over and over again, and then taking shots, and then trying to control your shot into a normal dribble. And then take your normal dribble, look at somewhere, and start your bounce dribble again. And that will heighten your abilities of your first touch on the ground, like, substantially. I mean, I expect probably differences within a week, if I had to guess. If you're doing this consistently, you'll notice it, especially if you're a lower rank. Now, higher ranks, you may not notice it as much. But lower ranks, you start bounce dribbling, and it's going to get evil. So, yep, I've yapped way too long about the ground. We're going to get into what everyone's here for, probably, is the air. How to work on your first touch in the air. And welcome back, all reliable. We're back on the double tap training, and I will leave the training packs in the comments or in the description or something. We'll leave them somewhere, the codes for them. But we're back on the old double tap training. And yeah, why am I here for first touch? Well, because I do stuff like this. So, same as the dribble, there are many different facets of a first touch on the air game. There are actually, in my opinion, way more. But, to just sort of simplify it, you have your first touch for an air dribble, you have your first touch for a flip reset, you have your first touch for a shot or a setup, right? Those are the three main sort of setups. And I'm going to be talking about each one. So, getting on to the air dribble first. The first touch for the air dribble is actually really interesting because it's very unique. If you watch, I know a player who's really good at it is Daniel. If you watch Daniel seemingly is able to control balls that shouldn't exist, but he does. And the way he does is through a perfect first touch every single time. As you can see, mine isn't perfect. I'm still learning. But what I do when I want to continue into an air dribble like that is I need to, sort of similar to the ground dribble, cancel the ball's momentum, but this time in the air. Now, how do you achieve that? Well, you need a really soft touch. So soft, in fact, that it almost like it's counterintuitive. You need a soft touch similar to that. Let me see if I can get a good one for y'all. You need a soft touch that, yeah, just like that. That you know you could follow. Now, I used 400 boost on that one, but as an example, it's about soft touches. Now, no self-respecting player is going to be trying to air dribble that ball. This is for practice. This is control for practice, right? As you can see, I get the soft touch, and then I'm able to continue my air dribble. Now, once again, that's 5,000 boost, but if you can do that and continue to air dribble from that, then when you get into a game and you're going off the left wall, it becomes much easier. And so you take your soft touch, you get the ball, match your momentum, and then you're air dribbling. As you can see, once again, soft touch, air dribbling. Now for flip resetting, it's honestly quite a bit easier. So we're going to get into the flip reset now. The air dribble, just final based on air dribble, you want a soft touch, you want to match your car's speed to the ball, and you want to just continue your air dribble. But as for flip resetting, or this would be a good one to show air dribble. I am so sorry. If you see here, look, soft touch. That's exactly what I want. You want to pop the ball. You don't want to pop the ball too far forward, but you also don't want to pop it too high. But that all comes down to just experience, finding what's best for you. Because I may like the ball, I may like the ball popping here for an air dribble or something like that. But other guys, they might like the ball popping way up. It just comes down to, like, what do you prefer? But getting into flip resets, finally, what you can do here is it's way simpler. You just pop the ball high. You pop the ball high and you pop it close. You want to hit it pretty much straight in the air almost. Obviously not that hard. It still needs to be a softer touch, but straight in the air. You come in, you grab your flip reset. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a super easy mechanic, because it's not. This takes, a lot of precise controls all at the same time. But if you get this down, right, it's very consistent. It's very hard to defend because players who can do this consistently and this quickly every single time, it's way too many options, right? So how do I recommend getting that first touch? Well, you want to hit the center of the ball right here. Well, that's not good. You want to hit the center of the ball kind of low, and you want to hit it so that your car speed is slow. Once again, it's a game of momentums. You want to have the ball, so you see the ball's momentum here is slow, so I come in and I approach slow. Because I don't need to cancel its momentum. It's already going where I want to go. I just don't want to hit it too hard so that I can't follow it. So that's what I do. So I hit it soft and forward, and I get my flip reset, and then I score on whatever bozo is trying to defend me. Because soft touch, flip reset, score on the bozo, you know? It's extremely difficult. It really is. You're not going to get a lot of setups like this where you have 100 boosts and you're just ready to go. A lot of times it will just be balls that are simply out of control. And I know something I like to do a lot is I will throw the ball off of the left wall, like bang it forward, and catch an air dribble. If you've watched some of my highlights videos, you see that I hit that shot pretty consistently. I do that because I know that I have like the control level to do this now. I've practiced this particular thing so long that like if I don't know how to do it at this point, then I need to quit Rocket League. But if you're just coming in and just learning how to get this touch, something like this, what I'm doing right now, is the best way to practice. Of course, I'm turning that into an air dribble because I'm a bum. But something like this is the best way to practice, where you just get your soft touch. It's extremely controlled. It's a controlled environment that gives you the same setup over and over again. That's why I love the double tap playground. Once again, the link to it will be in the description. But double tap playground, utilized correctly, is the best training pack in the game. And yeah, just keep doing this over and over again if you want to practice your flip resets. But there is one other first touch that I consider more important than any other, and that's aerial shooting. Now, I want to preface this. I am not Garrett G. I do not know how to shoot like the pros, but I am a better shooter than your average Joe. And I have found that hard corner touches are the way to go. So, if you see here, once again, game of momentums, right? During the ground dribble, during the ground one, I told you all that the best way to shoot is to redirect the ball's already existing momentum for yourself. Now, a shot like this is difficult because generally it is just better to kind of go for the double tap. But if you did just want to shoot this, look, you hit it with the corner of your car and you redirect the ball's momentum. This ball's already going forward, so all I have to do is touch it towards the net, right? There's no interesting, like, oh, I mean, you have to get a flip reset here. No. While it is cool, and I grab the flip reset a lot of times simply because I'm a bum at this game, really the best play a lot of times is just to go for the shot. Especially if you're playing like ones, or maybe even twos, and there's no defenders back. Lower ranks, if you have this and there's no defenders, shoot that ball. I understand you want to go for the flip reset. And if you're looking just to improve, go for that flip reset. But if you're looking to win, shoot this ball. Because it's just an open net. It really is. If you're in a competitive game, not even comp, like genuine like scrims or, you know, some kind of league, shoot this ball. If nothing else, shoot it high onto the backboard. Defense has to make the save. You go take their boost, demo somebody, and it gets evil. Because, yeah, while this is a very savable shot, and against, like, super high-level players, if you're super confident, I do definitely recommend going for the flip reset here. Against lower-level players, shot's all you need. Because they're going to make a bad save, you're going to get their boost, you're going to demo somebody, and your teammates are going to score. Now, your teammate may not always score, but you keep doing it, eventually they will. It's all about momentums. You see here, I just guide the ball's momentum exactly where I want. Guide the ball's momentum. I wanted a double touch there, so I got it. Now right here, I just want to put a shot on, so I'm going to come in just a little bit slower, hit with my corner, boom. It's just about momentum. So those are the two kind of main things. Is momentum right there, and then you want to hit the ball with the corner of your car. I don't know why. For some reason, if I hit this ball flat on, you see, just like that, it just feels less controlled to me than corner touching. Now that's just a preference thing. You can hit it with the center of your car. If you hit it with the corner, I've found that it's better. Of course, I hit it with the center of my car and set up a killer double tap. But corner of your car, you're going to get a bit more power that way. It's also more precise. You can more easily hit exactly where you want. If any of you all have played pool, billiards, whatever you want to call it, I don't think those are the same thing actually. But pool, right? You get a stick, you shoot a cue ball. On the cue ball, if you're wanting to hit a ball on the other side, you need to aim your stick onto the position of the cue ball that will kind of make the angle with the other ball. It's similar to shooting here, but it's a bit less complicated because you don't have to hit another ball and think about where the ball's going to go next. You just got to put this into the net. And so you just take the corner of your car, which is in this case the stick, take the corner of your car, and you hit the cue ball where it needs to go. Now you also have to worry about upwards momentum and all of that. You don't want to hit too high. But Rocket League is a game of momentums. And so if you hit too hard, you just double tap. But if you just want to shoot, you hit it soft. You don't really have to worry about up high and down low as much, because it just kind of works itself out, you know? If you hit the ball hard, it's probably going to go high, especially if you're this high up. If you hit the ball low, it's probably going to go low. Or slow, it's probably going to go low. So, yeah, that kind of what it comes down to. Just imagine yourself shooting a pool ball with a stick. And to get that first touch, like I said before, you just want to kick your momentum exactly where you need. So, if you want to hit the ball hard, you want to shoot this ball with power, you need to have momentum coming in. You see, I reach supersonic here and the ball goes hard. If you want to shoot it softly or get a soft touch, you need to be really slow coming in. You need to hit the center of the ball. And you need to push its momentum in the direction that you want. Just like that. You want to turn this into an air dribble? Same thing. Slowly come into it. Boom, air dribble. You want to turn this into a flip reset? Slowly. But you're going to hit it slightly harder and you're going to hit it up, so that you can gain a little bit of space to come in and get that flip reset. And those are the three main things. I'm sorry for the goal explosion. I did not think of that. Those are kind of the three main things that come down to your first touch in the air. So yeah, just remember, the entire video, what I want you all to take away from this video is to utilize the ball's momentum in a way that benefits you. You see my first touches are soft because I'm going to stick to the ball. First touch is hard because I want to shoot. First touch is harder because I want to double tap. The first touch is hard to teach how to do because it does take, your control. But it's not hard to teach how to make it effective, because all you really simply need to do is momentum. And the reason I keep kind of bringing up momentum, and I probably sound like a broken record, is because that's all it is. Boom. It's hard to make a first touch tutorial because it simply could be explained in one sentence. Change the ball's momentum in a way that benefits you. And that's all I really have to say about this. We're going to be getting into the outro. Thank you all for watching up to this point. Alright, Chads and Chadettes, we are back. It's the outro. So, I kind of yammered on and yapped for a while about that. But first touches are something I've put a very long time into improving. Which I hope kind of shows. It probably doesn't because I'm horrible at the game. But, you see, just momentums, right? Your first touch is all important, but also not very. I spent a long time learning how to control without my first touch, and that's led only to bad things, because I don't know how the boost to do that. So I've had to learn how to control with the first touch. And it really is just down to momentums. But I'm not going to yap about it anymore. I'm glad, whoever ended up watching this far, thank you for watching. As always, I did hope you enjoyed. I hope you think my my analysis was somewhat correct. And if not, please let me know in the comments. I would love to sit there and debate with y'all. And yeah, I quickly just want to mention, I have not been uploading in a while. Genuinely, I've just felt kind of horrible at the game. So, not really wanted to, but with some backing from my team, who have been wanting me to upload, as well as some of the comments from you all, I'm going to try and get back into it. Hopefully stay somewhat consistent, but college is fun, so I don't know. I do play this game a lot though. Obviously, a member of WKU Esports, so it helps that I have a lot of time on this game. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, guys. But once again, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, perchance even subscribe. That could be pretty cool. And bye. Love y'all. Love you. Bye. Bye.